Welcome to the Rock and Wellness Podcast, the show that takes you on a voyage to better health, wellness, and happiness that will rock your world. With me, Rachel Joy Olson, your host, your coach, and your biggest fan. Hey there, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Rachel Joy Olson, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today we're talking about something that I know lives inside so many of us, that quiet vision for your life that you can feel in your bones, but maybe haven't fully brought into reality yet. You know the one, the dream of feeling calmer and more grounded in your day, the vision of finally prioritizing your health and self-care, the desire to create more meaningful work, a different rhythm, a softer way of living, and yet it can feel like it stays in your head or in your journal or on your vision board, while real life just keeps happening. There's a quote you've probably heard. Vision without action is just a daydream. It's powerful, but it can also feel a little harsh, right? Like, cool, I have the vision. Now, why can't I just do it? So in this episode, we're going to gently unpack what actually changes that. What turns a beautiful vision from a daydream into a direction? What helps you move from someday to today? We'll talk about why having vision matters, why action can feel so hard, the fears and patterns that keep us stuck, and small, realistic steps to begin moving without burning yourself out or falling into all or nothing thinking. Let's start by talking about the difference between a vision and a daydream. A daydream is often vague and fuzzy. It feels good to fantasize about, but it doesn't really ask anything of us. A vision is different. A vision has feeling. How you want your life to feel in your body and your heart. It has direction, a sense of where you're moving, even if you don't know every step. It has a sense of ownership. It's not just, that would be nice. It's, this matters to me. You might have a vision of waking up feeling rested and grounded instead of feeling frazzled. Having a self-care rhythm that actually happens and doesn't disappear after a week. Feeling regulated in your nervous system instead of constantly running on empty. Living in alignment with your values instead of constantly reacting. The problem isn't usually that we don't have vision, it's that we stop at vision. We get the dopamine hit from imagining the future, and then we go right back to the patterns that keep us where we are. So the question becomes, what turns that vision into something we can actually walk towards? If you've ever wondered, why can't I just do it? You're not alone. I've said that numerous times. And there are a few really common reasons action feels hard. Number one, all or nothing thinking. We think if we can't do it perfectly, it's not worth doing at all. If I can't do an hour of yoga, why bother? If I can't overhaul my entire routine, I'll start later. This mindset quietly keeps the vision in someday mode. And I'm right there with you. I've said that numerous times. Number two, overwhelm. The gap between where you are and where you want feels huge. So instead of taking one small step, your brain says too much and you freeze and you don't do anything. Number three, fear of failure or success. What if I try and it doesn't work? What if I change and people don't understand? What if I actually get what I want and then can't maintain it? These questions live under the surface and can stall us without realizing it. How about turn it around? What if I try and it does work? What if I change and new amazing people come into my life, or the people in my life are so proud of me? What if I actually get what I want? Number four, identity. If you secretly see yourself as the overwhelmed one, the one who never sticks with things, or the caretaker who always comes last, taking action that contradicts that identity can feel very uncomfortable, even threatening. So it's not that you're lazy. It's not that you don't care. It's usually that your nervous system and your old stories are trying to keep you safe. And that means the path forward isn't to bully yourself into action. It's to gently support yourself into it. So let's bring this into the yoga space for a moment, because the mat is such a beautiful laboratory for this work. When you come to a class, you might have a vision for your practice, to move more gently, to breathe more deeply, to listen to your body instead of overriding it, to let your mat be a place where you don't have to perform. That's your vision. But if you stay in your head thinking about how you should practice or comparing yourself to others, it stays a bit like a daydream. So what changes that? Tiny embodied actions. Choosing to arrive a few minutes early and actually land in your body. Setting an intention at the beginning of the class and returning to it when your mind wanders. Backing off in a pose when your body says enough, even if your ego wants to go further. Taking a child's pose when you need it, not when you think it's allowed. These are very small actions, but they align with your vision. That's what I love about the practice of yoga on a daily basis. These small actions, even if on your mat, turn into, I want a more mindful practice, into, I am now practicing more mindfully right now. And the same is true off the mat. Your life doesn't change because you thought really hard about your vision. It changes because you start living in alignment with it, one tiny choice at a time. So what really changes vision without action into vision with momentum? A word I love here is alignment. Alignment means your choices start to line up with what matters to you, even in small ways. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment to change everything, you ask, what's one thing I can do today that matches who I want to become? Your vision might be, I want to feel more regulated and calm. Aligned action might be taking 3 slow breaths before you open your email, stepping outside for 2 minutes between tasks, saying no to 1 extra obligation this week. Or perhaps your vision is, I want a self-care routine that actually happens. Aligned action might be a 5-minute evening ritual instead of a 60-minute ideal. 1 yin pose before bed. Taking a moment to breathe a couple of extra breaths and draw in your favorite essential oil, one that will help you ground and calm. Listening to your body once a day and honoring what it says. Notice these actions are small, they're doable, they're compassionate. You don't need massive, dramatic action to honor your vision. You need repeatable action because what you do consistently, not perfectly, shapes your life. I want to give you a simple framework you can use, whether your vision is about your health, your nervous system, your relationships, your work, or your spiritual practice. Here's 3 steps: vision, feel, and step. 1. Vision. Name it clearly. Ask, what is the vision I keep coming back to? Maybe it's, I want to feel calmer and more grounded. I want to live with more intention instead of being on autopilot. I want to prioritize my well-being in a real way. Say it out loud, then write it down. Number 2, feel. Drop into your body. Close your eyes for a moment, of course, unless you're driving, listening to this. Imagine yourself living that vision. How do you feel in your body? How does your day begin? What is different in your energy? Let your body have a taste of it. This is important. Your nervous system needs to know where you are going. Number 3, step. Choose the smallest possible next action. Ask, what is one tiny step that belongs to this vision? Not 10 steps, not a full plan, just 1. For example, drink a glass of water on waking instead of rushing to your phone. Spend 2 minutes in silence before bed. Put your yoga mat somewhere you can see it and you'll land on it. Write 1 sentence in your journal. Take 3 breaths before saying yes to something. So that's it. Vision sets your direction. Feeling communicates it to your body. And the step starts the path. And then you just simply repeat. Something else that really changes daydream vision into real life vision is support. We're not meant to do all of this alone. You've probably noticed that it's easier to honor your vision when you have a class to show up for, a coach or a teacher reflecting things back to you, a community moving in the same direction, a container, a membership, a retreat, or even maybe a simple 5-day practice to hold you when your motivation dips. Now, those spaces don't create your vision, but they do support it. They remind you you're not crazy for wanting a different pace. You're not selfish for wanting to take care of your nervous system. You're not alone in craving more intention, more calm, more connection. You don't have to hustle harder to live your vision. You often just need a gentler structure around you. whether that's a weekly yoga class, a membership community, or something like my free Aromayin 5-day self-care starter kit that you can download from my website. These things give your vision a place to land. They help you move from, I know I should, to I'm actually doing something right now. So if it's safe to do so, I'd love to guide you through a short reflection that you can do right now. You can also come back to this later and journal on it when you're ready and in the space. So if you can, start by just taking a gentle breath in. Close your eyes if it feels good, or just a soft gaze if that's where you're at. And exhale slowly. Now ask yourself, what is one vision I keep carrying in my heart? It might be a word, a phrase, a feeling. I want to feel calm. I want to feel strong. I want to feel spacious. I want to feel aligned. Let something rise without censoring it in any way. Now ask, how would my life feel different if I were living that vision even a little bit more? What might shift in how you wake up, how you move through your day, how you talk to yourself, how you rest? Notice any images or sensations. Now ask yourself, what is one tiny action I can take today that belongs to this vision? Remember, tiny, kind, and realistic. Maybe it's lying down for 5 minutes with your hand on your heart, saying no to something that doesn't align, signing up for a class you've been thinking about, downloading a resource that will support you, putting the retreat or a practice or a check-in with yourself on the calendar. Whatever it is, trust that even if it feels small, it matters, because that's how it changes. Vision plus action, however tiny, creates a new path. So as we wrap up today, I want you to remember this. Your vision is not silly. It's not unrealistic. It's not too much. It's a whisper from the part of you that already knows what you need. Yes, vision without action can stay a daydream. But vision with even the smallest, gentlest actions, that becomes a direction. You don't have to sprint towards it. You don't have to fix everything at once. You don't have to keep turning towards it, one breath, one choice, one day at a time. So if this conversation today stirred something in you and you're feeling ready to be supported in a deeper, more ongoing way, I'd love to invite you into Radiate, which is one of my membership offers, and into my community. Inside this membership base, you get access to my full content library, including our monthly Create and Manifest Your Vision Masterclass calls, where we don't just talk about vision, we actually work with it together. We take the ideas from episodes like this and turn them into grounded, practical steps that you can weave into your real life with coaching, reflection, and space to be witnessed and supported. As a member, you also get access to 2 of my books, the Create and Manifest Your Vision workbook and the journal that go along with this work. So you have guided prompts and practices to support you in clarifying, creating, and manifesting your vision on a whole new level. So if you're ready to move your vision from someday into I'm walking toward this now, Radiate membership is a beautiful place to land. So you can learn more and join us anytime through my website at rjowellness.com. And I want you to remember today, as we finish up, your vision matters. And ultimately, you matter. So as always, thank you so much for being here with me today. I am so grateful that you are on this journey with me. And until next time, keep rocking your wellness. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Rockin' Wellness Podcast. Make sure to visit my website at www.rjowellness.com, where you can subscribe to the show and check out all the show notes. While you're at it, if you found value in this podcast, if you'd simply tell a friend about it, that would help out too. You may choose to join the R.J.O Wellness community to take advantage of the freebies, courses, and coaching that will take your voyage to the next level, or support this podcast with your monthly membership. Until next time, my friends, keep rocking your wellness.